Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Tuesday, February 28th, the last day of February 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. Fewer people are getting married. Federal money, but always with strings attached. A basketball team forfeits the game. And what are James Bond's pronouns exactly? All that coming up, and Bill will be here with the message of the day. But first, fewer people getting married. Over the last 50 years, the marriage rate has dropped 60% in America. And the people that do get married, the order of operations has changed. So the process used to be you graduate school, get married, move in together, get a job. Now it's get an education, find a job, pay for debt, move in together, then maybe get married, if at all. The number of women entering their first marriage between the ages of 40 and 59 has jumped 75% since 30 years ago. Men used to marry at the age of 23. The average age is now 31. You may remember the federal government passing a bill giving $40 billion in federal subsidies to the computer chip industry to make their chips in America. But federal money always comes with strings attached. One of the strings, the company must provide free childcare. The fine print says companies can either open up their own childcare near the factory, or pay money to a local childcare provider to expand capacity, or give money to the employee to pay for a babysitter to stay at home. Or we could just pay people enough money where someone could stay at home and raise the children all the time. But that idea is never mentioned. The point is, if you ever want federal money, be prepared for all the strings that will be attached. Yesterday, we talked about a Tennessee bill that requires drag shows to only be performed in age-appropriate venues, which is where they've always been until like 5 minutes ago. Suddenly, they popped up in your kid's elementary school. In similar transgender news, a Christian school in Vermont, their girls' basketball team forfeited a playoff game because the opposing team had a boy playing on the team. The team says that having a boy on the opposing team jeopardizes the safety of their female athletes. They also took a more principled stance. Quote, allowing biological males to participate in women's sports sets a bad precedent for the future of women's sports in general. It's been 70 years since the first James Bond books were released, and the publisher decided to filter the books through sensitivity readers. Can you believe these are a thing? A sensitivity reader reads a book and makes changes to anything that they think someone would be offended by. What a job. So any racial word has been removed. The race of certain characters has been eliminated. Also, lines like this. At one point, Bond visited a nightclub in Harlem and made a reference to the audience panting and grunting like pigs at the trough. And that's been changed to Bond could sense the electric tension in the room. And we can all hear Ray Bradbury, author of Fahrenheit 451, saying, told you so. I'm Mike Slater. Bill with the message of the day. Next.
The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped 20%, and this year could be worse. You are right to be worried. So please call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I have been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. It is winter break in some places around the country, and the urchins have a week off from school. These vacation names change from state to state, but rarely do we hear Christmas or Easter breaks any longer. Can't have that. Someone may be offended by the religious description. Soon we'll have diversity break. Anyway, I drifted down to Palm Beach, Florida over the weekend for some out of the annoying cold time. I happened by the O Hotel and Spa. Nice place, right on the ocean. Room with a resort view, $1,500 a night. A resort view means you don't see water from your window. You might see small lizards who apparently get sizable lodging discounts. The place was packed. Drinks flowed. Folks frolicked in the pools and on the beach. Spa service booked solid. This is America at leisure. Well, a small part of America. The truth is that most families cannot afford to go to the O. This wasn't a big deal in the past. Working folks accepted their affluent fellow citizens without rancor. But that has changed. Thanks to the progressive left's policy of resentment, the economic divisions among Americans are being exploited for political gain. No longer is the message, you too can hit it big. Now, the radical left wants to punish the most fortunate of us. Of course, this is divisive and morally wrong envy, but like COVID, it is a contagion. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Now let's go to the mail. So George says, Mayor Pete looks so out of place walking around with his hard hat on in Ohio. I couldn't help but think he looked more like he was going to join the Village People. You know, get the hard hat guy. Okay. If you don't know who the Village People are, look them up. They're worth it. David Abernathy, England. And again, we've expanded overseas now. We want to hear from you all over the world. David says, good analysis on the Andrea Mitchell story, Bill. I guess her ideology got in the way of the facts, but you would think that Vice President Harris was somehow complicit by not correcting Andrea Mitchell. Listen, in our country, David, these politicians will never do that. I don't know how it is in England. I haven't been over there in a while. But Harris, you know, if Harris is going to get a softball that attacks DeSantis, you're going to run with that all day long. True or not? Mark from West Virginia. Bill, you said it. Lester Holt was a good newsman. All he is now is a yes man, and I have zero respect for him. I can't crawl inside his head, but I bet he enjoys being NBC's yes man. I don't think so. And I know him, and you don't. Look, it's hard to walk away from a job like that. That's all I can tell you. Lester was really a good, honest reporter. Carol, concierge member, Biden went to Ukraine for the photo op to use during the 24 presidential campaign. The fake danger siren went off while Biden was strolling down the street with Zelensky. Well, how do you know it's fake? How do you know? Again, we go back to people believe what they want to believe. Now, Carol, you're entitled to your belief. If you want to believe it was fake, absolutely. But you can't state it as a fact because that's not right. In a moment, something you might not know.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-925-7584 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-925-7584. That's 800-925-7584. What do you have to lose? Call 800-925-7584. Again, 800-925-7584.
Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 331 years ago today, 3 women in the Massachusetts Bay Colony were dragged before a court charged with practicing witchcraft. The accusation sparked a regional frenzy that consumed New England for the next 15 months. Here is the story of the Salem witch trials. In February 1692, 2 young girls began suffering seizures. A doctor described their condition as, quote, beyond the power of any natural disease. Other children complained they were being bitten by unseen creatures in the night. The townsfolk of Salem accused 3 women of practicing witchcraft against the children. Over the next few months, dozens faced trials for colluding with Satan. The youngest alleged witch, 4 years old. She ultimately implicated her own mother upon questioning. The methods used to detect the devil in Salem were bizarre. The accused witch would touch blindfolded members of the community. If they screamed, the verdict was guilty. Other alleged witches were dunked in cold water, then burned with a metal cross. In the end, most confessed to avoid torture. By September, 200 people had been tried for witchcraft, 30 found guilty, 20 executed. Most of those tried were condemned on the basis of witnesses' testimony, characterized by fits and hallucinations that were supposedly caused by the defendants. The governor of Massachusetts finally stopped the madness when his own wife was accused of being a witch. And here's something else you might not know. The hunt for Satan was not confined to New England. The worst witch hunt in history occurred in Central Europe 60 years earlier. In the 17th century, Catholics and Protestants waged war for control of Germany. Each side accused the other of witchcraft. Between 1625 and 31, more than 1,000 people were burned to death. The entire witch hunt story is told in my upcoming book, Killing the Witches: The Horror of Salem, Massachusetts. It will be out in September. Back after this. There's a growing sense of uncertainty in America these days. We all know it. Food prices are up, grocery stores fill with low-quality foods. Wouldn't it be nice to grow your own healthy food? Ark Seed Kits is a family-owned business providing heirloom seeds for more than 15 years. Heirloom seeds can be harvested and regrown year after year, giving you and your family the stability and security you deserve. Ark Seeds All-in-One Seed Kit has more than 65 varieties and over 50,000 seeds to help you grow nutrient and calorie-dense vegetables and fruits. You'll also get an Ark Seed Guide with everything you'll need to grow and harvest the varieties in the kit. For a limited time, Ark is offering a discount of $300 with the Prepper Kit Special. This includes 5 all-in-one kits for the price of 4. Please go to arkseedskits.com today. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.